my beloveds. I wanted to do a reading today. I'm inside because it's hot and I have the air conditioning, so hopefully it's not too distracting. But I was getting a message that wanted to come through from Kali. So I'm just going to ground myself and then we'll start channeling. So give me one moment, please. So we have one of my favorite spirit guides, Kali Ma, and she had a message to share with us about how to move from codependency to sovereignty. And so I'll go ahead and just start channeling now, and we'll have to see what she has to say, huh? So she says, greeting my beloved brothers and sisters. I'm so grateful that you're taking the time to listen to this channeled message. And the first thing that she wants us to know is how loved and supported we are at this time. And even though this is a very challenging time, she's saying that our spirit guides are always there for us, our ancestors are always there for us, and that all the things that are being removed from your life is for your highest good. And she says that when she comes in and cuts things out of your life, it's not because you're being punished, it's because you're actually being gifted a new opportunity, that you're being gifted to allow for your prayers to be answered. And so when things start falling away from your life, or that you decide that you don't want to have certain experiences anymore, to be gentle with yourself, to be kind with yourself, because there's a young part of ourselves that is going to feel grief, is going to feel sadness in losing the things that at one time brought us comfort. But this is a time of really letting go of old relationship patterns, old ways of connecting, and allowing us to move into a reciprocal way of connecting and relating in relationships. Kali's saying that right now that our planet is going through a massive shift as we have Venus in retrograde, Mars like supporting the Venus retrograde, and as we all know, Mars and Venus, it represents a divine masculine, divine feminine. And so we're giving the opportunity to like really look at the ways that we've been relating and maybe connecting in ways that soothe our ego and not feed our soul, and the ways that we give away our power to others because we want to be loved. And that is a childhood pattern that I'm sure most of us can kind of relate to. I know I can relate to. Just being so desperate to feel love and affection and attention from my family that a lot of times I gave away parts of myself so that I could fit in and be with them. And even though they never understood me or they didn't understand me, like I wanted love, and what child doesn't want love, you know? And so it makes sense that sometimes we fall back into these old patterns, but she's saying that we're really being invited to really cut codependency out of our lives and to let go of our ego and really come from a heart-centered space in our relating. And that takes bravery, that takes courage, and to show up authentically, to show up vulnerably, to to be brave and proactive in the ways that we're wanting to connect. Collie's saying that once we make the leap, when we make the leap of faith to choose to relate in a way that's more authentic, more heart-centered, more vulnerable, that it'll be like magic. It'll be like magic because the world will open up and show you that what you've been missing, the attention and love that doesn't require anything in return. And it will be reflected back to you as your reward if you are feeling brave enough to make this step. And one of the ways that we can kind of tell the universe we're ready, and there's a few ways, but one of the ways is just sit down in a quiet space, light a candle, and tell the universe that you're ready to let go of codependent ways of relating, that you're ready to connect with others that can reciprocate what you have to offer, that you're ready to let go of false templates based in patriarchal ways of relating. And that's one way. Another way is, for me, I just kind of write it out and tell the universe what I'm wanting to experience, and forgive myself for all the past experiences where I wasn't able to be authentic and I wasn't able to be vulnerable because I was too afraid. And I can forgive myself and be compassionate for that part of me that wasn't ready. And then forgiving those that have reflected back to you the ways that you that we weren't being authentic, the ways that we weren't being vulnerable, the ways that we weren't trusting in the universe. And those people could come in and maybe they're emotionally unavailable. Maybe they are distant, and maybe they aren't being in integrity. Maybe they aren't being vulnerable. Maybe they are showing behaviors of betrayal, or they're showing behaviors of self-sabotage or self-defeating behaviors. And those are just a message for us that there's still a part of us that relates to that behavior. There's a part of us that's still resonating with that behavior, and a young part of ourselves that is really just wanting our attention and love. And to kind of listen to that young part of ourselves, listen to the story it wants to tell, and forgive that part. And remind that part we're going to have new behaviors now. We want to experience new things. We want to experience unconditional love. We want to experience a mutual giving and taking in relationships, of honesty and trust. And the more specific you are with what you're wanting to experience, the more that the universe is going to start reflecting that back to you, if you can let go of those old behaviors. And Kali, in her fierce, warriorous language, is just letting us know that we need to chop those parts off. Chop those parts off, she says. And allow them to regenerate. Allow something new to grow in the parts that need to be chopped off. And if you want to work with her, you can ask her to chop the parts off that relationship styles that are based in ego, are based in the patriarchy. And however, I would warn you that if you do want to work with her, be prepared. She's very good at what she does, and sometimes it could be a little harsh, but she has our best interest at heart. And she's funny too. She says, like, yeah, no problem. Like, just call on me and I will chop that part off. So feel free to call on her if you're needing assistance. You can also do it a little more gentle way if you want to work with Archangel Michael. He'll be a little more gentle, but sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's nice to just get it over, pull that Band-Aid off and move forward. And that's the service that she's offering. So I hope this was helpful. And I send you love from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that you're managing to find comfort during this difficult time. And may this video allow for you to experience more unconditional love in your life. Until next time.